Since the Forza Motorsport series began, each entry has moved the series forward with major innovations, additions, and improvements. But Forza Motorsport 5 stumbled as the need to rebuild for the new Xbox One left it short on content. Now with Forza Motorsport 6 hitting Turn 10's rhythmic release schedule, it's time for the series to get back on course. For starters, the larger issues we had with Forza 5 have certainly been addressed. The amount of content is back in line with earlier entries, including 460 cars and 26 track locations. Most of those tracks are familiar to longtime fans, but there's enough to avoid any sense of fatigue, especially with the more varied conditions. The controversial microtransactions are gone, and the game provides an ample amount of cars and credits with prize spins every time you level up. And while there's still some day one DLC, the selection really does feel more like bonus material, not like the best cars are being held for ransom.
It's the same around the world. Whether it's on Japanese mountain roads, on Britain's back lanes, or America's superhighways.
The career spans 5 volumes, moving you up through various classes of vehicles, from street rides to grand touring cars to dedicated racing machines. If you want to complete them all, you'll be busy racing for quite some time. Every so often, you'll also unlock showcase events to change up the pace from your career track. These include weaving through gates in autocross, passing challenges, and endurance races such as driving 125 miles at the Nürburgring. The game tries to provide context for the career by framing it within the stories of motorsport, introducing each series and class with a deftly written love letter. However, this emphasis only highlights how much potential is left for the series to reach, and at times, it comes across almost as a bait and switch. It's great to hear Richard Hammond describe the hair-raising nature of driving rally cars on dusty roads, but that inspiration is lost when you remember that there are no rally courses in this game. You're just taking your Evo out on the same circuits as everything else. Likewise, endurance races are introduced with an emphasis on the long haul, changing tires, managing fuel, etc. However, fuel and tire simulation is a completely optional setting. There's no one on the radio to provide feedback, it's quite simple to outthink the AI's pit strategies, and when you do pit, there's no pit crew. You just stop and wait for a few seconds. The result is that, as lovely as these introductions are, they set up expectations that the game just isn't ready to meet.
Here, you can step back in time and see for yourself what it was like to live in this thrilling era.
Of course, what helps to make up for it is that the driving in Forza 6 is still top of its class. Whether you're behind the wheel of a vintage Aston Martin or a modern LaFerrari, the handling is perfectly sublime. There's incredible subtlety in the controls and layers of feedback to give you a clear sense of exactly what your car is up to. And when you pull through a corner just right, you know it because it feels so right. In the 2 years since it was introduced, the player-trained Drivatar AI has improved as well. Drivatars are less prone to wandering all over the track, and an option allows you to limit the most aggressive tactics. You can still expect to take some bumps, but it's easily preferred over the assembly line procession of past racing games. Plus, having a familiar name over someone's head only makes you want to beat them more. 2 key additions to Forza 6 are night and rain conditions, which fans have requested for years, and they can completely change the character of a track. Night is particularly great on courses with limited lighting, where your headlights guide your way and cast shifting shadows. Driving in the rain especially comes alive as you encounter puddles, which can be terrifying as they pull you off course or send you sliding. However, spray coming off of other cars has little to no impact on visibility, and it's disappointing that neither time of day nor weather is dynamic. The sun is locked in place when you start, and you'll never get that nervous feeling in the pit of your stomach as the first few drops land on your windshield. Another new feature is the presence of mods in the career. These are purchased like packs of cards with in-game currency used to buy sets at different levels of rarity. There are green boost mods, which can be used once to do things like increase your XP in a race or not have to deal with collisions on the first lap. Crew mods give specific bonuses to increase stats like power and grip, while dare mods provide challenges such as using specific camera angles or driving without a HUD, although some are less exciting handicaps that simply make your car weigh more or brake less efficiently. Overall, the mods add another layer to mix things up, but once you've played around with this new toy for a bit, it's easy to lose interest. Outside of the career, many of Forza's other features remain without any core changes. Rivals provides incentive to climb the leaderboards either as you play career races or through various sets of challenges. You can set up your own events or play split screen through free play. Tuning and upgrade options let you beef up your car for competition, and you can try to patch together your own paint jobs or download from the amazing galleries of other car artists online. Multiplayer has gotten a nice bump up to provide racing for up to 24 players at a time in either the preset hoppers with set classes and conditions or private rooms. The increased player count certainly can make things a bit more chaotic, so remember to turn off damage before jumping in, or you'll probably be hurting. The other new addition to multiplayer is League Play, which provides timed rooms for players to make their mark. Depending on how you fare among everyone participating, when the event ends, you'll get an extra payout of credits and move up or down to different divisions based on your skill level. Turn 10 will be frequently changing things up and considering player feedback, so it'll be interesting to see how leagues evolve. Forza Motorsport 6 maintains the series' strong handling, robust features, and its ability to bring together players of varied skill levels. There are improvements in virtually every area, but even with additions like night and weather, it doesn't really feel like there's a standout change to push the series forward. It seems like most of the effort this time around went into getting Forza back on track.